There is a metal in Kabbalah that most people never learned to avoid on Thursdays. And wearing it on that specific day may be blocking all your financial opportunities. When was the last time you stopped to think about the relationship between what you wear and the flow of abundance in your life? Be honest. Probably never. We wake up, get ready, put on a watch, ring, bracelet and leave. Automatic, without awareness. But in Kabbalistic tradition, there is ancient knowledge that has been preserved in inner study circles. Certain metals on certain days create energy fields that either attract or repel opportunities. And Thursday with the wrong metal? It's like trying to fill a bucket with holes. I discovered this in an unexpected way. I was studying with a rabbi in Jerusalem years ago, and I noticed that every Thursday he would take off his silver watch and put on a leather one. I found it strange. I asked, and he looked at me with that smile of someone who knows an ancient secret and said, "Thursday is the day of Tzedek, Jupiter, and silver repels the energy of Jupiter. If you want prosperity, you need to understand the planetary cycles and the corresponding metals." At the time, I confess, I found it too complicated. But he insisted. It's not complicated, it's forgotten wisdom, and those who forget pay the price without knowing why. Since then, I started to observe, and I noticed a pattern among the people who came to ask for advice. Many wore silver on Thursdays, and many complained about opportunities that disappeared at the last minute. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that button now, because what I'm going to reveal here is not common sense. It's restricted knowledge that can completely change the way you relate to the days of the week and the energy of prosperity. And tell me in the comments, do you wear silver? On what days? I want to know if you had already noticed any pattern. Let me tell you a story that circulates among families of Kabbalah scholars. Imagine a Jewish goldsmith back in Eastern Europe a few generations ago. He worked with all metals, gold, silver, bronze, copper. And he had a strict rule in the workshop. On Thursday, no one worked with silver. The apprentices thought it was absurd. "But it's the busiest day, we lose sales." And he would respond, "I prefer to lose a sale and keep the channel open than to gain today and block the whole week." The other goldsmiths in the city laughed. They called him superstitious. But there's one detail. While the others broke, went into debt and faced crises, his workshop prospered consistently. It wasn't an explosion, it was a flow, constant. As if there were an invisible protection around the business. And when they asked for the secret, he would say, "I respect the cycles. Each day has an energy. Each metal has a vibration. When you align the two, you multiply. When you collide, you block." Today I'm going to show you 3 things. First, what Kabbalah teaches about the 7 days of the week and the corresponding 7 planets, and why Thursday is the most important day for prosperity. Second, why silver specifically creates energetic blockage on Thursday, and which metal you should use instead. And third, how to apply this in practice from now on to open the channel of opportunities that may have been closed for years. Let's start with the principle. In Kabbalah, time is not linear. Time is cyclical, and each cycle has a specific energetic quality. The week has 7 days, and each day is connected to a sephirah, a divine emanation, and to a planet that governs that energy. Sunday is Chesed, mercy, ruled by the sun. Monday is Gevura, severity, ruled by Mars. Tuesday is Tiferet, beauty, ruled by Mercury. Wednesday is Netzach, victory, ruled by Venus. Thursday is hot, glory, ruled by Jupiter. Thursday is Yesod, the foundation, ruled by the moon. And Saturday is Malchut, the kingdom, which has no planet because it is the earthly manifestation of everything. Now, why is Thursday so important? Because Hod is the Sephirah of manifested abundance. It is where spiritual energy organizes and prepares to descend into the material world. Jupiter, the planet that governs Thursday, is called in tradition Tzedek, which means justice or righteousness. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion, luck, and opportunities. If you want doors to open, Thursday is the day. But you have to be aligned. And the alignment starts with what you put in your body. Now comes the technical part. In Kabbalah, each metal has a vibration. It's not a metaphor. It's literally frequency. Gold vibrates in the spectrum of the sun. Silver vibrates in the spectrum of the moon. Copper vibrates in the spectrum of Venus. Iron vibrates in the spectrum of Mars, and so on. When you use a metal that vibrates at the same frequency as the planet of the day, you amplify energy. It is resonance, like when you tune an instrument. But when you use a metal that vibrates at the opposite frequency, you create dissonance, and dissonance blocks. Silver is the metal of the moon, and the moon governs Friday. When you use silver on Friday, you are amplifying the energy of Yesod, the foundation, the base. It is perfect. But when you use silver on Thursday, the day of Jupiter, you are creating a field of interference. Because the moon and Jupiter, in Kabbalistic astrology, are in aspects of tension. The moon pulls inward, for reflection, for emotion. Jupiter pushes outward, for expansion, for action. One cancels the other out. And what happens when you use silver on Thursday? You create an invisible shield around your energy field that repels Jupiter's opportunities. Not because you are a bad person, not because you don't deserve it, but because you are vibrating at the wrong frequency. Think with me. How many times have you had an opportunity that seemed certain, but at the last minute fell apart? How many times have you felt like you were about to close a deal and something inexplicable stopped you? It could have been Thursday. And it could have been the silver bracelet, the silver ring, the silver necklace you were wearing without knowing you were sabotaging your own flow. A pattern that often appears among people who start paying attention to this. They take off the silver on Thursdays and begin to notice small changes. An unexpected call, an invitation, a proposal. Nothing miraculous, but signs that the channel is opening. Now, what metal should you wear on Thursday? Ideally tin or an alloy that contains tin. Why? Because tin is the metal of Jupiter. It vibrates at the same frequency. It amplifies the energy of Tzaddik. But I know that pure tin is hard to find in jewelry, so what's the alternative? Gold works. Because gold is neutral in relation to Jupiter, it neither amplifies nor blocks. If you have a gold watch, a gold ring, a gold chain, Thursday is the perfect day to wear it. And if you don't have gold, no problem. Use leather, wood, fabric, anything that is not lunar metal. The rule is simple. Thursday, never silver. If you only have silver, it's better not to wear anything. Keep your wrists clean, your neck free, because emptiness is better than interference. And there's another important thing. It's not just jewelry. It's any silver object you carry. Silver keychain? Leave it at home on Thursday. Silver pen? Use another one. Watch with a silver strap? Change it or take it off. It may seem like an exaggeration, but here's the truth. The wise of Kabbalah did not invent these rules on a whim. They observed, they tested, they recorded, and they transmitted. Because it works. and those who apply it seriously reap. Now let's move on to practical exercises. There are 3 adjustments you can make starting this week. First adjustment, mapping your metals. Gather everything you use regularly: watches, rings, bracelets, necklaces, earrings. Separate by type of metal: silver on one side, gold on the other. Mixed or unknown metals in the middle. Now, you will create a simple system. On Thursday, store all the silver. Keep it in a box, out of reach, and use only gold, leather, wood, or nothing. Do this for 7 consecutive weeks, 7 Thursdays, and write down in a notebook what happens. It doesn't have to be long text, just Thursday, week 1, no silver, happened X. At the end of the 7 weeks, you read it, and you will notice a pattern. Second adjustment, the Tzaddik prayer. Every Thursday morning before leaving home, you will say a short prayer directed to the energy of Jupiter. In Hebrew, you say, Baruch atah Adonai hanotein lechol chai ratzon. Blessed are you, Eternal, who grants every living being its desire. Then, in Portuguese, you add, May this day of Tzedek open doors. May opportunities find me prepared. May I be a channel of expansion and prosperity. Amen. Do this standing, facing east if possible, with your hands open upwards. Take a deep breath 3 times beforehand, and then leave. No rush, with confidence. Third adjustment, the ritual of the correct metal. If you have any piece of gold, even if it's small, a thin ring, a discreet earring, consecrate it as the Thursday piece. Every Thursday morning, you take this piece, hold it between your hands and say, May this metal amplify the energy of Hod. May I be seen, recognized and rewarded. May the blessings of Tzedek manifest through me. Put on the piece and wear it all day. Don't take it off until night, because you are carrying a physical symbol of spiritual alignment. If you don't have gold, no problem. Take a leather bracelet, a wooden necklace, anything natural, and do the same consecration. The important thing is not the material value, it's the intention. Now I need to talk to you about resistance, because when you start applying this, your mind will question. This is nonsense. Metal doesn't change anything. It's just superstition. And I understand. We live in a world that has devalued symbolic knowledge, that has called what is actually ancient wisdom superstition. But here's what I ask of you. Try it. You don't have to believe, just test it. 7 Fridays without silver, and observe. If at the end of the 7 weeks you don't notice any difference, that's fine. Go back to using it as before. But if you notice, and I bet you will notice, then you decide whether to continue or not. What does this practice cultivate? It cultivates awareness of cycles. It cultivates attention to spiritual details. It cultivates alignment between the physical and the energetic. And when you are aligned, the universe responds. Not because you forced it, but because you removed the blockage. An important detail. This is not instant magic. It's not, I took out the silver and won the lottery. It's more subtle. It's an opportunity that arises, a conversation that unfolds, a door that doesn't close. These are signs that the field is changing, and if you pay attention, you take advantage. If you want to dive deeper into these teachings about planetary cycles and how to apply Kabbalah in daily life, I have prepared a complete guide. It has sections on each day of the week, which practices to do, which to avoid, and how to maximize each energy. The link is in the description. It's your choice. But if you feel you need a more detailed map, it's there. Now let me recap what we saw today. First, Thursday is the day of Hod and Jupiter, the energy of expansion and opportunities. Second, silver is the metal of the moon, and using silver on Thursday creates energetic blockage. Third, the adjustment is simple. Avoid silver on Thursdays and use gold, leather, wood, or nothing. Tell me in the comments, do you usually use silver? And have you noticed if Thursdays were difficult days for you? I want to know if this resonates with your experience. Now comes the blessing, and I want you to receive this as a decree. May the doors of Tzedek open for you. May every Thursday be a portal of opportunities. May you be seen, recognized, and rewarded. May no invisible blockage prevent the flow of abundance. May you walk aligned with the celestial cycles. May ancient wisdom guide you. May prosperity find you. Your time is now. Go and receive. Amen. If this video made sense to you, share it with someone who needs this information. And in the next video, I will reveal the secret of the mirror that should never be facing the bedroom door, and how this directly affects sleep and the ability to attract money. May you be protected, may you be prosperous, and may the energy of Tzedek always accompany you. Shalom.